Did you know that 9 out of 10 smallest monkeys in the world are actually classed as New World monkeys? In this video, I'll show you 5 of the smallest New World monkeys, and at the end of the video, reveal the smallest primate. And it's not what you think, so stick around to the end of the video to find out. Before we get started, what does this term New World monkey mean? Well, New World versus Old World. All it means is where the monkey comes from. So New World means that it comes from South America, North America, and the Old World means it comes from Asia and Africa. So today we'll be focusing on the New World monkeys. This is not a definitive list, but here are 5 of the smallest New World monkeys. The squirrel monkey. To get some context into the size of the squirrel monkey, it's a little bigger than its namesake, the American grey squirrel. Squirrel monkeys live in canopies in Central and South America, and there's 5 different species of them. They live in groups which can contain up to 100 members, and they're omnivores. Squirrel monkeys live around 15 years in the wild. The squirrel monkey actually gets its name from its behaviour. They're an arboreal animal, meaning that they live in the treetops and spend most of their time hopping between branches. They're also small, quick, nimble, so it's probably inevitable that they were nicknamed after squirrels. However, it should be noted, it's not only their nickname. Squirrel monkeys aren't related to squirrels. In fact, their scientific name has nothing got to do with squirrel. It actually translates to small monkey in South American native tongue. Here's a fun fact for you. Unlike many of their cousins, squirrel monkeys don't have prehensile tails. Their tail is actually used for balance only. The next beautiful monkey on our list is a tamarin. This monkey goes by a couple of names. It's called a golden-handed tamarin, and it's also called a Midas Tamarin. One fact I didn't know that actually separated New World monkeys, like squirrel monkeys or the capuchin monkey, from tamarins and marmosets is that tamarins and marmosets are actually classed as more primitive. Yes, they live in tops of trees in the rainforest, but one feature that they actually don't have is opposable tongues, and also they have claws instead of nails. Sorry to get a bit sidetracked on the topic, but the golden-handed tamarin get their names from their brightly coloured hands and feet, which looks like they've actually been dipped in gold or yellow paint, and therefore striking contrast with their otherwise dark fur. As stated, the golden-handed tamarin have claws on all digits, with the exception to their big toe, which is flattened almost like a human nail. Their tails are non-prehensile, so they jump and swing between trees. The golden-handed tamarin comes from wooded areas in the north of the Amazon basin, from Brazil, Guyana, French Guiana, and Suriname. Thankfully, they're classed as least concerned by the IUCN Red List, and actually are taking over territory once held by the now reclining pied tamarin, which, by the way, I have a video on the pied tamarin on the channel. I'll link it down in the description for you if you want to watch it. Here's a couple of fun facts about the golden-handed tamarin. They can actually jump 60 feet from tree to ground without harming themselves. This is because of the tamarin's joints actually acts as shock absorbers, cushioning from the force of the fall. Golden-handed tamarins actually live in a matriarchal society with a single dominant female ruling the group. The cotton-top tamarin is probably the most recognisable of all the miniature monkey species, with their 80s style mullet on the list. These little guys, in my opinion, are the coolest, and sadly the first one on the list to be quoted under the IUCN guidelines as endangered. This is down to a number of factors, and it's mostly sadly involving us. The cotton-top tamarin is native to the rainforest and woodlands in northwestern Colombia. The species once dominated over much of the Colombian forests, but its natural range has become gradually shrunken and fragmented with the spread of human civilization. The species resides in the RG forests, where it hunts, plays and sleeps. Its home range is largely chosen for the abundance of food in the area. As I said, the cotton-top tamarins are the first on the list to be endangered, and the latest estimates show that they are one of the rarest species of living primates in the world. It is estimated that there's less than 6,000 individuals remaining in the wild. That's only 2,000 of them are actually mature adults. Many more tamarins live in captivity and perhaps even outnumbering the wild population. The two main reasons for this is the massive amount of poaching for both research purposes and illegal exotic trades. Before 1976, there was over 40,000 cotton-top tamarins were captured for research. After 1976 was actually an international ban. Next on the list we have the common marmosets, weighing in at only 250 grams and a length of 7 inches, or 180 millimeters. These little monkeys are native to the scrublands and forests of the drier Atlantic forests of northern eastern Brazil, but they have been introduced into other areas as well. Folks, could I quickly ask if you're finding this content interesting and if you like the video, when you hit the subscribe button there. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of 2023 and I'm nearly there. Just on a personal note, the common marmosets babies, as you can see on the screen now, are just so cute. 4 amazing facts that you might not have known about the common marmoset. The marmoset name is actually derived from the French marmoset, which means loosely shrimp or to work. An apt name considering that they're one of the smallest monkeys in the world. These monkeys use their specialised claws to establish a firm grip on tree trunks and then gnaw a little into the bark with their lower incisors and canines. This causes the tree to produce more sap, which is used to seal injuries in the bark. The tree sap is a valuable source of carbohydrates and minerals. The common tamarin is also considered the best species to be able to adapt to human changes in their environment. The species is classed on the IUC Red List as actually of least concern. And now for the smallest monkey in the world, not only the New World, but also the entire world, standing at a massive 4 to 6 inches in length, which will work out at about 117 to 152 millimeters and a weight of less than 100 grams. Pygmy marmoset. Just on a personal note, the first time I've seen these little monkeys was in Edinburgh Zoo in Scotland earlier this year. I was looking at him and he was feeding on a mealworm, but in his tiny hands it looked like a Subway footlong sandwich. And I thought they looked so amazingly perfect and so perfectly formed down to the pint-sized incisors. The pygmy marmoset goes by a couple of names actually. The other name is finger monkey and is classed as the smallest monkey in the world. It holds on to that title, but the title for the smallest primate, as I said at the start of the video, goes to another contender who is even smaller if you can believe. As stated, the finger monkey only weighs less than 100 grams, but the pygmy mouse lemur weighs in at 43 to 55 grams and has a length of 4 to 5 inches, which is only 120 to 130 millimeters. This tiny primate is a lemur from Madagascar. Pygmy marmoset is actually made up of 2 subspecies. There's the western pygmy marmoset and also the southern white-tipped marmoset, but both of them are classed as vulnerable by the IUCN. The only difference between the 2 species is they might be slightly different in colour, and their only separation is by the geographical barriers, including the large rivers in South America. These guys' diet, as I said earlier on, they get a lot of the carbohydrates and minerals from the gum tree, but they'll also munch on fruit, and they'll also eat butterflies and other insects that they can actually catch. Folks, for those of you who have stuck around, thank you so much. It's been the longest video I've ever actually produced. And also, if you'd like more information on different tamarins, I'm just going to put on a playlist on screen now for you. And also I'll link individual videos down in the description if you want to click into any of them. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day and stay safe, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye for now, folks. Bye bye. Thank you so much.